Is it worth hunting for your first 5 villagers? That's the question I'm aiming to answer in this video. In a recent island restart, as part of ACNH hard mode, I got Quinn and Jitters. It's relatively well known that you get a jock and a sisterly personality for the first 2. If you remember who your first starters were, let me know in the comments. My first 3 villager hunts, I just settled with the first ones I found due to the restrictions of hard mode. On the first mystery flight, I found Bubbles, the second I had Nana, and the third was Filbert. After all 3 were invited to the island, and on day 3, Tom Nook asked me to place their tents, and if you're curious on how these differ in size to regular houses, feel free to subscribe and keep a watch out for a future video which I'll cover this off. Anyway, so I placed them and did the obligatory crafting to place in the box and in the perimeter zone, and I completed them in this order. Which before I edited this video, I could have sworn I did it out of order, but I did it based on their numbers. I expected they'd arrive in the order I found them, but the first one to arrive was Filbert, who was the third I'd found and happened to be the plot number 1. The second one to arrive was Bubbles, who was the first to find and plot number 2. Found second and assigned plot 3, but arriving last was Nana. This had me curious since it didn't quite make sense. During my visits in other hard mode streams, in particular channel member Artistern, I got into discussions with the viewers and Ernie. Curiously, he had Bo as number 1, Rio as number 2, and Bettina as number 3. If you're doing hard mode, let me know in the comments who your next 3 villagers were and what their personalities were, and the order that they came. I would love to know. If you don't remember, you can pull up your map to see the order of your villagers. That's the order that they arrived on your island. What's interesting with this order is just like your first starter villagers, the order they arrive is in a predetermined order, which is lazy, peppy, and then normal. So in my case it was Filbert, Bubbles, and Nana. Artistern had Bo as a plot number 1 who was a lazy, Rio is a peppy villager in number 2, and Bettina as number 3. Even more curious was that he had these completely autofill. This was further confirmed on a playback by fellow hard moder Console Kato for her first villager hunt, where she used 7 tickets in total, getting Sydney, Rex, and Norma before settling on Flora. Why did you settle on Flora? She then got Prince a lazy and Fauna a normal, who is her nemesis by the sounds of it.
I am done. Me and Fauna have beef.
And then I think she'd only ever get lazies to that point, which she then got Broccolo. So if we've got a limited pool of villagers with effectively only one of 3 personality types, is it really worth going villager hunting for those first 3? This is on top of the forced smug villager when you first get your campsite. What do you think? Maybe Nintendo did it on purpose to make it not so daunting with only this many of each personality out of a possible 397 villagers. Personally, I'm trying to keep a balance of personalities even during hard mode. For an awesome video on the 8 personality types and the importance of them, I'd really recommend this video.
Done, 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 done. I'm done with this game.